yesterday we found out from Kim Leadbeater, the MP who's kind of masterminding this particular bill, that the original idea that every case would involve a judge making the decision as to whether somebody could be helped to die has gone out the window, and they've now decided we won't do that, which was one of the safeguards that other people wanted to see. Instead of that, they're now going to have some kind of panel. Sam, very good morning to you.
Good morning, Mike.
Thanks very much for talking to us. I know this is a particularly personal column for you, personal issue for you as well, because you start the column with the words, "I'm watching my mum die slowly in the last stages of Alzheimer's disease," which must be awful for you, and I give you my sympathy, and I'm sure a lot of people's sympathy comes to you as well, because so many people go through this now in this kind of day and age, unfortunately. But I, like you, was rather shocked, I think, to discover that this idea of safeguarding by a judge is now just been sort of disbanded, and they've just gone, well, no, we can't really do that now, so we're not going to bother.
It's awful, isn't it? We woke up yesterday morning, the night before, we still thought that judges were going to rule on this, and then Kim Leadbeater announced, well, actually, no, they're too busy, which the judges had warned about already, and going to put together a panel that will decide on this. And the panel will be a social worker and a psychiatrist and a lawyer. And that, to me, just doesn't feel safe enough.
Well, it doesn't, because as you well know, as I well know, there are different kinds of lawyers, there are different kinds of social workers, there are different kinds of psychiatrists. You can get very good ones, but you can also get bleeding awful ones. And I mean, I don't know what the safeguard, I don't understand what...
I felt strongly about this.
Yeah. I don't know what measure they would use to if there was to be a panel discussion. I mean, what measure are they going to use to say yes or no?
Well, exactly. So the other reason that I felt strongly about this was because my daughter is disabled. So a lot of the decisions that are made about her throughout her life, she's now 23, have been made by anonymous panels.
Right.
And they very often, they never really understand my daughter. They never really understand, they never give a reason for their decisions. Quite often they make the wrong ones, and then you end up having to challenge. So I come up against this regularly. I know many come up against this regularly, and it doesn't work. And there's no accountability there either. So this really, really worries me, because this isn't some so serious, and it just feels, I mean, I just felt yesterday this isn't being taken seriously. This is not going to work.
No. And do you think that this change will affect the passage of the bill then? Do you think enough MPs will now go, actually, I'm not sure I should vote for this now that this safeguard isn't there?
I think it already has. We saw last night that Lee Anderson had changed, basing their initial vote to get this through the first reading on the fact that there was that safeguarding there. This isn't what they voted on. A lot of the MPs said that they would pass it through so that there was a proper debate at this stage. But as the safeguards are now being watered down, I feel that they will change their minds. Hopefully enough will change their minds to stop this going through. Yeah,
I think you might well be right. Let's see. Sam, thanks very much indeed for talking to us. Sam Carlisle there, writing in The Sun this morning about the plans to make assisted dying something that is legal, but the plans are putting the vulnerable at risk, according to Sam's piece in the Sun today.